Hello, everybody. On this episode of 19 Cats and Counting, we have a cat detective. If you have a cat, you've probably had a cat escape. They're just smart like that. And it doesn't matter if they're indoor cats, they're going to find a way somehow. And Kim is here to tell us how we actually can find our cats and what we're doing wrong. We'll get right back to that after the sponsored ad. Hey everybody, welcome back to 19 Cats and Counting. I am your co-host, Linda Hall, here with my other half, my business partner, BFF and work wife, Rita Reimers.
Yes, we are like wife and wife, I guess.
That's what my husband says, yeah. You often know things before he does.
You read my mind a lot too, which is scary
weird.
sometimes.
We got the thing going on.
I know.
Rita, I got to tell you something. We have
What?
been doing this for a long time. You have been doing this for a really long time.
Well, actually, altogether about 20 years I've been working with cats.
I read Kim Freeman's book, and we're wrong about a lot of things.
Well, I'm not surprised. You know, I always say nobody knows everything about cats, and
That's right.
our specialty is cat behavior issues, not finding lost cats. So,
True story. But with all we
what
know
is
and all our
it?
experience, this is
Yeah.
why I was so excited to find Kim and that
I-
she agreed to be on the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you,
I
Kim.
lost a cat, so I'm very interested in this. Hi, Kim. Welcome to our
Yes.
show.
Hi, thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Yes. So
So-
how did you get started this? You got started doing this with a very special cat, right?
Yes, I did, Mr. Purr. Mr. Purr was an orange and white cat, and I lived on a horse ranch with him, and he disappeared. So I've been through it. I remember the stress. I remember the stupid advice I got. I remember people telling me to move on after only 3 days.
Mhm.
Oh, oh
Yeah.
no.
Mr. Purr is our founder.
Yes, I love it. Thank you to Mr. Purr. May he rest in peace, sweet thing. So I have a million questions. I was just taking notes while I was reading, and oh my gosh, there's so much. So, one thing, the very first thing you said was not to go off running through the neighborhood like a crazy person yelling for your cat, which is, I think, what everybody, we did it.
I did it. I've done
right?
it. I lost one cat who never came back, and I lost one that did come back. And yeah, that's the first thing you do is go outside and start yelling their name. Of course, right?
You know, Kim had a really good point. If I'm 2 blocks away and my cat's hiding out in my home territory and I'm yelling, I may actually draw the cat to my voice 2 blocks away and make him
away
expand.
from
I thought
home.
of that. That's a great point, Kim.
Everyone needs Kim's book. So you said, so before you go searching the neighborhood, think like a cat. What does that mean?
Yes, yes. Well, I tell people to imagine, well, especially if it's an indoor cat that escapes
Yes.
water, like Deadpool.
Yeah.
First you got to think like your cat, right? You got to know
Yes.
your cat's personality. So there's
Yes.
generally four types of cats, from the friendly, bold, I can handle anything, to the, oh my God, don't breathe so loud, you're scaring me cat.
Yes.
The really skittish one. So, the search technique depends on which kind of cat it is. But think like a cat is basically think like your cat's personality. Pretend you are, 8 inches tall and you have been dropped into the Amazon rainforest.
Right.
Everything is scary. Where do I hide? Right?
Yes.
The general rule is dogs roam when they get loose, cats hide.
Mhm.
So I have people driving in the neighborhood in their car thinking they're going to spot their cat, 5 blocks away.
And the
But they're
cat's probably in
usually-
their backyard.
Yeah, they're usually close by, is what you're saying. They don't wander off far, especially if they're already neutered and sprayed and neutered. Nuded, I know.
Nuded.
They're neutered, yeah.
Yes,
I think
yes.
the unneutered ones probably roam a little bit farther.
Right, that's right. And of course, the exotics too.
Come on, Decky.
Oh, yeah.
Bengals
Yeah.
and Savannah. They're going to
Yeah,
go up.
all that energy, and yes, definitely.
So
I
why-
think that's the most frustrating thing.
Yeah.
I was raised with dogs because my mom's allergic to cats, although
was
she's
too.
managed to work that out. They have a cat now. But So yeah, it's like, why won't they come to me? What's the problem?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like
exactly
yelling
my question.
like the
Why?
dog will, right? I'm like, yeah, it's me. It's mom, the one that feeds you and scoops your poop. Why are
Why
you
does
not
he
coming to
run?
me? So this is the $1 million question, Kim.
Well, it's generally just because, well, cats don't see in bright sunlight very well. They don't know it's you. They just know something big is coming.
Yeah.
And their instinct is
Dexter.
hide. They go into survival mode. And they don't act the same as they would indoors. Your cat's personality in the house is going to change when they're outside.
Ah, we saw that.
Stop.
Catster hired Rita to do a series of videos about cat
No, yeah.
behavior. And so we
2
went over
times.
to Melissa's, her editors, and Melissa has dogs and birds, no cats. So we've got everybody locked away. And we're talking, who are we going to bring? Well, obviously, we're going to bring Simon and we're going to bring Colby because they are the friendliest. They will greet everybody who walks in the door.
Yeah, they were my greeter cats.
Always friendly, never met a stranger. They're the ones to bring. And then, should we bring a third one just in case? So it was just kind of an offhand thing that we brought Pumpkin. Colby and Simon about wet themselves and went to hide. As a matter of fact, we lost Colby in the house. Colby had gotten underneath a dresser that I swear was only this much space. We kept looking and looking and looking, and finally I just spotted this little bit of orange. So we're like, can't have escaped the house, right? This is how terrified Pumpkin became the star of the show. Let
Yeah,
us
he
do
didn't care.
anything to him. He wore hats. He had little mini solo cups in front of him, and he's just like, what's my script? I'm ready. I'm ready for my close up. So we were so shocked at how in a different environment, a cat that you know and have lived with for how many years, and beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is this cat's personality, and then it's in a strange environment, and you don't recognize that cat at all.
In fact, they were going to
Exactly.
Pumpkin for comfort, remember? They were
Yes,
trying
yes.
to hide behind him.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You
So-
don't know how they're going to react.
Yeah.
At least you were in a house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rather than having an outdoor event.
Yes, yes. Although after we searched and searched and searched and still couldn't find Colby, we were beginning to freak out a little bit. Like, there's just no way. But then, wedged himself under something so tiny that we
Yeah.
never would have even guessed to look there. It was just a really low sitting bureau. So,
That's probably what they do outside too, Kim. Is that true? They find a small
Yeah,
space to hide in.
I tell people if you can fit your fist in it, the cat could get in. And basically that's the cat's head. You
yes.
get their head through, their clavicle, the collarbone is
Right.
not
Flexible,
attached.
yep.
So they can just liquefy their way into tiny spaces. I found a kitty, those Craftsman tool chests that are on wheels.
Yeah.
It was maybe 2 inches off the ground with the wheels, and little orange ruby was under there hiding.
It's amazing they can do that, and it's a little bit frightening.
So, lesson is don't discount any space that they may be hiding in, right? Look,
Exactly. Yep.
never think, well, they couldn't have fit there. So, yeah.
Right. Including pipe.
I looked for
Yes.
my Max and I was in the middle of moving. I was just about to move. I looked for Max for days and days and days, never found him, put up posters. Some lady called and said she'd seen him in her backyard, but then I just pray, this is many years ago. I just pray somebody took him in and he had a nice life because I could not find him. I wish I
Did it
knew
rain?
that. Mhm.
Yes, I wish you had known me then.
Mhm.
Well, I've been doing this 10 years. It's just, people don't know there are professional trained cat finders.
Yes, which is
Yes.
why we were so
Ran
excited
my
to
life.
get you on here. And in your video, so I read the book, but there's also a video, and I haven't gotten all the way through the video yet, but you did something. So we all know about canvassing the neighborhood, but you on this video actually went to someone's home, and I would have just been like, have you seen this cat? You were asking all kinds of questions. It was actually really, really good and educational. So, tell me what you would say when you came to someone's door, other than, have you seen this cat?
Right. Well, a lot of times people will have a cat. Well, there's 9 questions. They're in my book. I'm not sure I can remember all 9 off the top of my head. But, you want to know if there is anyone who, quote, collects cats nearby. Because a lot of times somebody will see a cat outside and think they're saving it because it was dumped. And it's just an escaped lost cat. But you also want to find out, does anyone feed wildlife in the area? You want to ask if anyone has a cat similar, because a lot of times people lose a cat and they keep getting these false sightings. They don't realize there's another orange cat that lives, 3 doors down. So there's a lot of questions to ask, including, I think you saw the one at the end where he said no, about, can I check your garage?
Yes.
And he said no.
Yes, I was all shook up about that. She's like, so is your doorbell? It was just fascinating because she's like, you keep your garage door closed. Yeah. So I would have been like, okay, we're fine. And then she's like, well, when does it go open? Does it ever go open? Well, he had it open to take the trash out. Oh, so the cat could have gotten in then. So then she says, is it okay with you if I check your garage? I've got a flashlight here. And he said no.
Why would
I was like,
no?
Probably because he had like tools, or maybe people think I'm just casing the joint and I'm going to come back and steal something. I don't know, but so what I say when they say no is, can I leave a can of tuna or a jar of baby food in your garage overnight, or will you put this in your garage overnight? All you have to do is call me in the morning, let me know if there's any missing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need to know there is a cat in there.
Yeah.
Right, or something.
Yes.
We had a cat client whose cat got out. I think this was before you worked with us, Linda. And long story short, he got into a shed in somebody's backyard, and that's where he was closed up in that shed for 2 days before they found him.
We had a few of them. There was one escaped through a screen when the sitter arrived, and
that
was always, and that's the worst nightmare. I mean, as a cat parent, period, but when you're responsible for this cat, it's a client's cat, and you come and the cat is gone. We were always on people about not leaving their windows open because you just never know when a bored cat's going to pick it open.
I walked in and found windows open more times than we should.
And they say, my cat won't get out. Well, if you're gone and your cat's lonely and bored, your cat just might go looking for you, or just...
if your cat's, afraid of strangers, and a stranger comes in, they're more desperate to get through that screen.
Yes, they want out. Yes, we've seen it. We had a cat that we took in as a stray once, and it was a slow progression. It was one of those, we're going to take it to the shelter. Well, I don't know. We really love this cat. Okay, we might as well bring him inside. Boo Boo, yes. And he was not neutered, and he broke out the screen. He was the sweetest, most docile, don't mess with anything cat. But I think those hormones got raging, and, my husband said he just flipped up a claw and went, cut, and made us escape, I smell female. I'm going to get me a girlfriend. So off he went. So he appeared the next day on our front porch, but he had been beaten up. We have raccoons, so we think he and a raccoon scuffled. And so, he wasn't in great shape when we found him, but that we got through it. But, you just don't know anybody who's, I'd be the first one to say, my cats are all indoors, it's not going to happen. But it happens. And
it can happen to the best owner. I recently had a case for, I'm not going to say her name, but she's the director of feline life saving for American Pets Alive, and she is awesome. I mean, she knows so much about it. She ran the barn cat program, and she's just really a great cat lady.
Yeah.
But she was staying at her boyfriend's house, and the cat flipped out, and he's like, she called me because I knew her when I lived in Austin. She's like, Kim, what do I do? I've done everything. I forgot what you told me. What do I do? And we just were on the phone for, 3 hours, and I coached her.
Yes.
And it worked. So even people who know a lot about cats still panic and don't know what to do when that indoor-only cat escapes.
Yeah.
Well, the traditional advice is to put out food, put out the litter pan, but now I understand that's not correct.
Yes.
Yes.
We always tell people that.
Linda, you know why now, right?
Because other cats will smell it and come eat it, and yes.
It makes sense.
Beat your cat up. It brings in raccoons. It brings in bully cats.
Yep.
And then your cat's little safe zone is now ruined,
Mhm.
and they have to go further away
Yes.
because everybody's coming to eat the food. Now, the litter box, I think, oh, it's been studied and proven to be a myth. A lot of times the cat will come back despite the litter box, not because it's a litter box.
I see.
Right.
You know? Cats
Right.
cover their poop for a reason. They
Yeah.
don't want their cover to be blown. And we've had videos of coyotes coming in to check out that poop in the litter box.
I
People are
smell
putting it on
prey. Yeah.
display.
I smell prey.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
And
Makes
raccoons
sense.
will eat cat poop too.
Well, and
But
if a neighborhood cat, I mean, we had a neighborhood cat that used to like to dig up my flowers and
I
poop in there.
remember that.
So if he had seen that litter box, he would have gone, okay, and he'd have pooped in there. And then my cat's going, oh, that's somebody else's territory. I'm not getting near that, right? I mean, we
That's
know in behavior
yeah,
all about
Yeah,
smell
we do.
and how important that is. Yes, we talk about that a
yeah,
lot with
yeah.
integrations and such. And yeah,
Mhm.
so
Oh, same with cat beds. A lot of people want to put their cat tree out or their
Mhm.
cat bed.
Mhm.
And then you get the neighborhood cat come spray it.
yeah,
Marking, overmarking.
yep,
So
yep,
that's
yep.
a bad
Make it my
idea.
See,
territory.
and we know
Yeah.
these things, yet it didn't dawn on us for trying to get an outdoor cat back that these are the wrong things to do.
Yeah, yeah, we know about smell, we know about territory, we know all of that, and yet that was our first thought. Yes, I had a cat cube out, I had my litter box out, and I had food out. And we put a can of food in the driveway, and my daughter and I got in the hot tub, just kind of laying low, quiet. Wouldn't even let her put the bubbles on, so we could watch for this cat, that would hopefully come back. Yeah, a neighborhood cat came and ate. He was very happy with us.
I'm sure.
But
Mm.
yeah, so we're
And he probably
wasting.
came back the next night because we had a free buffet.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes, yeah, we're wasting a lot of cat food. Well, not wasting. I mean, but
Well, yeah, he needs.
contrary to my goals to feed the neighborhood cats.
So why would a cat run when his owner's outside and he sees his owner? Why would they run away instead of coming back to you?
Well, in some cases, probably with a Deadpool, they're just like, nope, I want to be outside. They're just being, I know you're going to catch me and take me in.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. They catch the cat and they take him in. And then the next time the cat gets out, they're like, you're not getting close.
Yes.
But there are also lots of cases where the cats just, like I said, survival mode, run from something large approaching. And,
Yes.
unless they can smell you or it's at night and they can
Mhm.
really see you,
Mhm.
that's just their instinct. Something's coming, run away. So don't take it personally.
It's
It's
hard,
just being careful.
but I'm your person. Please come back.
No.
We experienced that Deadpool's first escape. So, for those of you who don't know about the brat cat Deadpool, he actually was my daughter and son-in-law's cat. And when they had moved, so they were moving in a fridge, and he got out. He'll find any way to get out, and that was a perfect. I mean, there's something worse than having people coming in, opening and shutting your doors. I had the plumbers here yesterday, and I was having a fit. So he got out. So we're out searching, and he'd come close and he'd run, and it was just this great thing. And it's winter in Ohio, sweetie, and I am at like midnight sitting my buns on the frozen ground, sprinkling catnip and cat food, and go Deadpool, Deadpool. So finally, I just had to defrost my hind end because I had no feeling left. So I went inside, and my daughter looks at me, and I said, "I'm just taking a break. I'll go back out." It wasn't 2 seconds later than the lady that had come to help move the fridge in looks at the door and said, "Is the cat gray?" "Yeah." Hanging off the screen.
Mm-hmm. Do you want him back in?
We literally opened the door with him hanging and got him. He doesn't want to be outside. It's a game, though, and he's not going to. If you're out there chasing, it's not going to happen. So, yeah, but he wants to come back inside. He's easy peasy. He doesn't really want to be out there. It's just some kind of weird challenge or something. I'm really not sure. Or I'm not sure. I told Rita, I think maybe he's decided that the yard is part of his territory. You know how cats hate closed doors. Like, I must go out there and just investigate it, and then I'll be back. And so he'll just sit there and cry until you come get him if you ignore him long enough. But as I said, the problem is then when he leaves escape routes for other cats, which we have had, and we have had a nightmare of a time getting Kizmet back, and I'm not giving up. So, yeah. So
Well,
it's just...
we have to pause for a break, but when we come
Okay.
back, we can talk a little bit more about
Yes,
Kizmet.
yes, yes.
And Linda,
We'll be-
I can.
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
I was just
I
gonna
was
say
gonna
we'll
say
be.
I can coach you on Kizmet if you
Thank
want.
you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd really appreciate that.
So we'll be. They can edit the stuff out.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after this brief message from our sponsor. And we're back
Alrighty.
with 19 Cats and Counting, the awesome Kim Freeman, and Linda just let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. This is a secret she's kind of been keeping to herself. Since you opened
Yep.
the door, do you want to walk on through, Linda?
Yep. So Deadpool found a way to get out. We have window air conditioners. We have an old house over 100 years old with the radiator heaters. So we have no ductwork, so I can't have central air. So we've had all along these air conditioners in our windows. Why months later he decided he was going to find a way to get out of there, and we really thought it was shored up good. Don't know how he got out, but he got out. My daughter and I came home from a doctor's appointment, and yeah, there's a space there. Well, my son had come home and found Deadpool outside, so I come inside and find this space there, and my cat is sitting outside on the air conditioner. And when I approached, which I should have held back and called him or shook some treats or something, but you panic. So I approached and he ran, and that has been our nightmare ever since. And he's FIV positive. So I really, really worry about him being outside and
He doesn't
getting
have
something.
many teeth either, so how is
Yeah, and that's my other worry. He's got like 4 teeth left. So it's like, I don't feel comfortable that he's out catching birds and mice and eating them because I'm not sure he can chew them. So that has been a huge fear.
I can understand, and that he's letting other cats out. Is
Yes.
this the way it happened was via the air conditioning?
Yep.
And then they thought they shorted up, and he got out again.
Yep. This
Right.
time it was just him. So we took the air conditioner out of the window. I said, I'll be hot. I don't care.
Good
I
for
got to
you.
save the cats. Next year we'll figure something else out. But yes, the cats are always first priority. So I'll just sweat.
So
I'm
what
only
is-
I'm only an almost 55-year-old woman going through menopause. It's not a problem not to have an air conditioner.
So
But-
what does she do now, though? I mean, she did all the wrong things. We put out the food. We put out the litter box. They put out a couple have a
His
heart
cubby.
traps, which one of them would have caught him if it hadn't malfunctioned.
Yep.
It didn't spring.
No, I do not like have a heart trap. Those are made for raccoons, and they malfunction all the time, and they can break a cat's back.
Wow.
Oh my
Snap
goodness.
down hard. They can break a tail. I mean, they're kind of short.
Uh-huh.
The cat's tail is sticking out, and it triggers. It's coming down.
I never thought
Oh.
about that. Wow.
Not
That
a
is
fan.
really good information, Kim.
Yeah.
So it's the drop traps that you recommend, right?
Well, I recommend a drop trap in your case, Linda, because I think you said Kizmet had either been in the malfunction or seen another cat.
All of the above. He went into the malfunctioning one and it didn't go off, and then we trapped a feral kitten.
And of course the other cats saw that happen. So
Yes, they saw it. So yeah, they're too smart for that. Cats are way too smart.
Oh, yeah, that's how they survive. So
Yes.
in your case, you do need a drop trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
where do you get those? Was that something she could borrow from a rescue or shelter?
You know what? You probably can ask. They're feral people. The feral cat ladies
Yeah.
often have drop traps for that hard to catch last cat that they can never TNR.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're part of Feral Friends Network, but check with them.
Okay.
Check at the shelter because they know most of the cat ladies who come in.
Yes.
TNR.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, you can
That's
find
true.
them. Try to get if you can, look for a Tomahawk remote control drop trap.
Oh, okay.
That's ideal. You can
You're writing this
pull the
down, Linda.
trigger.
So
I am.
I wish I
Okay.
had a cat sitter. I want to fly
What a
up and help
cool
you catch him.
I know. Now that you've just adopted a diabetic 15-year-old, you can't leave the house
No,
for a while.
I can't.
So
She was going to be
This is-
euthanized, so I
this
took
is how
her.
you end up with all these cats. So it's those cats that are going to be euthanized. These seniors that their parent
Thank you,
passed
Rita.
away, or it's kind of what we do. That's actually how I got Kizmet. He was FIV positive and nobody wanted him in North Carolina. And Rita's house was full, so she kept sending me
I had
pictures.
20 at the time, so yeah.
So I finally took him, and then 7 months later, we found out he was bonded to this semi-feral girl, and so I brought her home too. I'm like, we don't separate bonded pairs. We don't. So.
Interestingly, with Kizzy not in the house, Karma is allowing herself to be petted and has been sleeping
Oh,
up
Her
against
heart,
Linda. Yeah, because
her
she's
heart.
lost without him.
Yes, yes,
oh, you're
yes.
the new bonded pair.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I'm getting to bond with her because of Kismet being gone. But yeah, she watches out the window. Well, and that was a problem too. So one of the things that you said in your book was, leaving the door open so they could come in the way they went out. Yeah, he went out the window and we took the air conditioner out. I'm fried, right? And I
But
kept
you found him
saying,
standing under there, didn't you?
yeah, he was under there once, and then he ran into the bush and we didn't get him. And I said to my husband, he's going to come back looking the way he went out. He didn't go out the back door. He went out the side of the house. And this is further complicating issues because he's not just going to come to the door and meow. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Deadpool did. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he'll meow loud until somebody rescues him. I'm surprised you don't
Right.
hear it there. But yeah.
So I would suggest everybody buy your book, Kim, and read it before they need the information so that they're
Yes.
pre-armed and they know what to do right away. And I understand
Right.
you have a new product line coming out to help if your cats are outside, if you've got indoor-outdoor cats, or if they just get outside and you don't want them out there. What is it that you're introducing?
Well, it started with a light up collar, right? Because some people let their cats out and then it's bedtime and they want to go to bed
Mhm.
and they've got to call and call, where's my cat? Where's my cat? So, so the first thing I did was a lighted collar, and this was for my cat Henry.
Mhm.
It's that reflective border, but it also lights up.
Look at that.
And
When y'all see the
Nice.
video, you'll be able to see.
And it's got the phone number on it. It lights up. That's
I love
wonderful.
that.
Well, and even your indoor cats that you're not letting out, as in this case, like you said, it's easiest for the cats to see in the dark. It's not so easy for the people to see in the dark. So
yeah.
that would give me, oh, I see the light, right? He
Sure.
must be here.
So if you have a cat
Mhm.
that's prone to wanting to escape, or even if you don't, just put those on your cats, and if they do happen to get outside, it'll be easier to spot them.
Yeah. And also important is the big phone number because, a lot of cats won't let a stranger pick them up or even get close.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you want a big enough phone number you can read it from a distance.
Yes, yeah, I saw that. I thought, boy, that's really, if you see the cat, you can be a few feet away from the cat and write down that
Mhm.
phone number,
Mhm.
as opposed to
Mhm.
trying to read this tiny little tag. That is a huge
Right.
improvement. Yes.
This,
Yeah.
and
Also
how many
good when you
times?
go to the vet.
How many times have you seen cats outside? I know I have. You don't know if they're stray. You don't know if they're escapees or if they're people just let them out. If they're supposed to be inside, you don't know if you're supposed to call the number on the tag or not. I've called and had people say, "Oh, well, he just goes outside."
Yeah,
Well,
I've had that
Well,
experience.
yeah, and they should also say thank you for calling.
Yeah, no, I had a
An
neighbor
escaped
get
cat.
upset with me for that. This cat kept appearing at our door, and he was covered with these gorgeous orange, long-haired boy tomcat. He was so beautiful, and he just kept visiting. He was the one that liked to dig up my flowers and pee there, which didn't please me, but it's not the cat's fault. And he was so friendly, and he wanted to love all over us. And I'm like, guys, we're going to be bringing fleas into the house. So after about his third or fourth visit, I took him to the animal shelter. Well, later I've got somebody knocking at my door. If that happens again, I just want you to know it's an indoor outdoor. That cost us a lot of money. And I'm like,
then keep them inside.
sorry. I don't know what to say to you about that. Sorry.
And put
My
Revolution
sweetie pie's
on
coming
him.
in. Come
Yes,
on, my-
yes. Put some good flea meds on him. Put a collar on so people know that he's your
Yes.
indoor outdoor
If you
cat.
see a collar like that on a cat, you're probably going to surmise that cat's not supposed to be outside. Right?
Yes, that cat belongs to someone, and I
Mhm.
can see the number. Yes.
And then you're also introducing a cat cam. Is that right?
Yes, the cat cam. So the
Exciting.
cat cam I invented for my cat Henry because I trained him to track lost cats. Right. So he was going in places like under bushes where I couldn't see or up behind boxes. So I made this. Here's the cat cam in its box.
This
It's
is
this
awesome.
little round camera.
Mm-hmm.
So if they jump, it won't hurt them
Yes.
around. And basically he would wear this so
Oh,
that I could
yeah.
see what he
So
was
it goes
seeing
right
while
on the
he.
collar. That's
Mhm.
amazing. I'm trying.
And
Peter Cohen, who does FIP research, he has a cat and he adopts all these cats, and I think they're at 24 right now.
Yeah, he's got more than me.
He put a cat cam on one of his cats, and he owns a construction company. So this house is totally catified. I mean, all these tunnels, and you go
I
from one
want to
end to
live there.
another, and the super highway up above. So he posts on YouTube his cat's view from the cat cam of walking around the house. It's actually
I love
very
it.
cool. But that would also help you to know where the cat is.
mhm.
We had problems back in the cat sitting business with shy Heidi cats. We would get
Hmm.
sitters calling us saying, "I can't lay eyes on the cat." And it was very important to us that these cats get a visit at least once every 24 hours, a minimum of 30 minutes. And that in addition to scooping and feeding and watering, you have to lay eyes on that cat because UTIs happen, all this stuff happens. And
Mhm.
I can't tell you how many times we've had sitters have to go home and not lay eyes on the cat. If we had a cat cam, it'd be like, oh, I'm viewing under the bed. It's in the upstairs. You know how easy that would be? Not to
Yeah,
mention
yeah,
That's
entertaining.
awesome.
Yeah, I can see a lot of uses
yeah.
for this where it would come in handy.
For sure. I
I
love it.
learned that my cat was two-timing me with the neighbor. He was
Oh,
Is
he was
that?
going over there
wow.
and getting
He
snacks.
was getting
Yes.
fed by
Uh-oh.
you and by your neighbor. That's cute.
That's amazing. Yes. You're loving up on somebody else. What's wrong with you?
So I love these products. When are they going to be available and where?
They are going to be on Amazon. Well, they're already on
Awesome.
my
Uh-huh.
website,
Great.
Okay, great.
Slow Track Collars.
Yep.
But I'm going to get them on Amazon. I mean, not many people are going to specifically go look for
Yes.
my website.
I am
So,
the queen of Amazon. I agree with you
Me too.
wholeheartedly.
yeah.
Amazon loves me.
Me too. When I look at how much I've spent there, it's shocking.
It's all the boxes
Yeah.
on the back porch that tell me what I've spent. But yeah.
And your book, is that available just on your website or is that also through Amazon?
It is a different cover. So on Amazon, it looks like this.
Okay.
Awesome.
It's still the same title. How to
Yes.
Find
Mhm.
How to
a
find a
Lost
lost cat.
Cat.
Yes.
And then this is the one on
The
my
video.
website.
Yes.
But
I
I
love
mean,
it.
it's a video and a book, but it's downloadable because you
Yes.
gotta be, you lose
Yes.
your cat, you gotta have it.
Right. Yeah, it's a
Exactly.
must-have for anybody who has cats in their home. I agree.
Well, and we learned so much. I mean, I can't tell you. Look, guys, $25 to download the book, and I got the access to the video. That's nothing compared to your cat's life. And like I said, we've been in this a long time. We are all about cats, and we were wrong about a lot of things. So, you mentioned, Kim, that this client that you had knew all about cats, but you panic when something's happening. You need to be
Mhm.
able to grab that, to read it, to look at it, to remember, to refresh your mind. I can't tell you how many times Rita and I are both certified behaviorists, and we'll call each other upset because the cat's done something, and then the other one will be like, well, do ABC, and it's like, oh, I knew that. I just, in the thick of it, you
Right.
forget.
Right?
So when something happens, yeah, you may have read this book once, but when something happens, you're going to need to go back and do a refresher. And there was so much important, the threshold period, talking about searching during the day and luring at night. There were so many really good things in there that everybody needs to know, because if they're blessed enough to have not had their cat get out yet, it
And
can happen.
and Kim can't help everywhere. I mean, she's not in every city. Not every city has a Kim Freeman. So you have to take it upon yourself to learn these things and these techniques that she practices.
Yes.
You get a lot of
I am
calls.
proud. I want to brag a little.
Yeah.
These materials, the book and the video, have gotten cats found in 23 countries.
Wow. That's
That's
amazing.
amazing.
That's
I
a lot
love
of cats
that.
all over the world.
You have to. What does that feel like when you literally help someone get their cat back? I mean, that's huge. How many cats' lives have you saved?
Oh, well, I don't know. A lot of times people get the book and they'll write to let me know, hey,
Yeah.
thank you so much for writing this book
True.
or whatever, the
Yes.
video. Thanks to you, I got my cat back. But, I'm assuming there are a few that don't bother to write. the
Yes.
author and say
Yes.
thank you. So
Yes. You did
I don't
this.
know for sure. But
I
yeah, I
think,
mean,
yeah, I think the
that's
biggest
crazy.
piece, the biggest message is you say several points through the book. Don't give up. There are people that have gotten their cats back months later, a year
Years
later, or
later.
longer, years later. Yes.
Years, yeah.
Yes. Don't just write the cat off and decide it's gone or, yeah, the cat is out there and until you know otherwise, I've said I'm going to keep looking until I either have a body to bury or he
That's a
comes home.
lot.
These are my choices,
Does your
Yeah,
phone just
yeah.
ring off the hook every day, Kim? I mean, do you have a lot of people calling you about this?
It used to, and now I have an assistant that answers it.
Oh, awesome.
Very
Wonderful.
wise.
Yeah,
Very wise. Yes, yes.
that's exhausting.
What you're doing is incredible. And unfortunately, there's just no way we could sum up all that information in the book in 130 minutes. So yeah, everybody has got to go get this book. I am so grateful I did. A few years back, goodness, Cassie's going to be 24. So it was her graduation party. So we're talking like 6 years
Oh, I
ago.
wondered if you were going to
It
bring
was a
that.
long time ago, yes. I had company staying because we were having a graduation party, and a young man went outside to smoke a cigarette and didn't shut the door tight. And we came out and found 3 or 4 cats sitting there, and we got them all back in the house. We didn't realize that one of them was still out there, and it didn't
He
end
got
well.
hit by a
It
car.
didn't end well. So, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I wish people would at least watch the first 15 minutes of my video. I put all the like really important stuff.
Mhm.
And
Yes,
a lot of people are too panicked to read, right? So
yes,
videos, they don't want to read.
yes. It's true. It's true.
And
They're
then
like,
I also, everybody that's listening or watching this, please get a picture of your cat right now, standing up the way they would be seen out in the world if they ever
Mhm.
get lost, so that you have like a nice silhouetted side view, no busy background, so that if your cat gets lost, you've got the perfect photo.
Right.
Just for a flyer.
that is a wonderful, yes, but getting prepared before the event. And hopefully it doesn't happen. But, like I said, we
Even
had
if it doesn't
plumbers in here
happen.
yesterday and they're
Well,
carrying ladders in and we're trying
yeah.
to throw cats in bedrooms and shut the door. And it's very scary and so much can happen. There are so many ways your
Uh-huh.
cat can get out. I dare anybody to say, not my cat. Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm afraid to get a
Because,
new sofa because I don't want anyone to get out. Just
yeah,
moving here was tough, getting everything, coordinating everything so that the furniture comes and the cats are safe, and it was a nightmare.
yes,
But
yeah,
even if you never need it yourself, if you read all this book and you have all this information in your head, maybe one of your friends might accidentally lose their cat, and if they haven't read this book, you can be a great help to them.
yeah. And it's not, I appreciate, it's not some novel that I have to, when I think of reading a book, I think, oh, this is going to take a few days. It's going to be my evening. No, I was able to really glean. If I was panicked, I would really be able to glean from your headings and the way you've got it arranged. It's quick. There's a lot you can get really quickly. It's not like you have to sit down and read this novel, although I would recommend reading it before you lose your cat.
Yes.
But yes.
It's a
Yes,
booklet.
there you go.
Let's call
There
it a
you go.
booklet.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go. And
So-
it's arranged so well.
Oops, I lost
Yes.
my mouse.
Thank you.
We have to had to find my mouse. We
Ah.
have to unfortunately end our discussion. I would love to have you back on. Everybody please visit lostcatfinder.com. Visit
Yes.
Amazon to look for her cat cam and her new collars that are available. How can they find those on Amazon? What do they search for?
Well, they're not on there yet.
Okay.
But they would search for either light up cat collar or
Mhm.
cat camera.
Okay.
Wonderful. And
All right.
everybody read the book, watch the video, be as
Yes.
informed as you can be before the accident happens.
Yes, this book is worth its weight in gold. Yeah. And then some.
I hope it helps us get Kizzy back home.
Me too. Me too. I learned what I did wrong and what I need to be doing right. So
Right.
shift.
Shift, everybody shift. So Kim, thank you so much for joining us. You've been just such a wonderful guest and just chock full of information that we
Yes.
thought we knew, but we didn't.
Yep.
Now you
Linda
get
Hall,
to.
my co-host with the mostest and best friend, praying for Kizmet's safe return.
Yeah.
and to Mark Winter, our awesome producer who gave us this chance on Pet Life Radio and always makes us look and sound so great.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And do remember, every day is Catter Day, not just Saturday. Everybody take care.